So I decided to quit cleaning houses first because I hated it. Second, because after Anna died, I felt like, life is too short and to live life of regrets. So I moved to New York and things are going good. I got some open mics until my 86-year-old grandma fired my manager. I know it's kind of impressive since she lives in Brazil, doesn't speak a word of English, and hates the internet. But somehow she managed to use Google Translate, insult, and fire him on my behalf. All because of something he said. He was killing her. I mean, literally killing her. My dad had to call a doctor. See, my manager's obsessed with social media. He was like, Matilde, you need to post everything about your life. For me, that's hard because my grandma raised me never to brag. She used to say, if you brag about anything you get, olho grande, the evil eye, and people steal everything you have. But it wasn't actually the posting thing that made my grandma almost go into cardiac arrest. See, when I explained to my manager, Mr. Winston, that I wanted to be private, he said, what? You wanted to be famous and have a private life? Honey, you can't have your cake and eat it too. I told this to my grandma, and she was so disturbed and pissed that she hung up the phone and called me 2 minutes later. And she was saying, like, I can't stop thinking about that stupid cake thing. She was like, why would you want to have a cake and not eat it? What's the even point of having a cake? What kind of stupid cake joke is that? I tried to explain to my grandma that it was just an American expression, Grandma, but there's nothing my grandma hates more in life than bad jokes. Well, maybe Catholic priests. Actually, I think she equally hates them, like at the same level. See, I come from a family of jokers. My dad was a joker, even killed my mom with a joke, and I'm not joking. And my grandma was the queen joker, and she loved making jokes about priests. My grandma was from a small village in northeast of Brazil with only 500 people. Everybody knew everybody there. And the priest, oh my God, the priest, he was like God, like a celebrity or something. Everybody in town would bring the priest food, cake, booze, anything to make the priest happy. And one day, my grandma was 15 years old. She was coming back from school, and the priest was laying down a hammock on the side of his house wearing this dress robe thing that priests wear. And he was like, Louisa, come here, my daughter. My grandma went and sat next to him. Then he jumped on top of my grandma and started touching her breast. And he lifted his priest dress and he was butt naked. My grandma kicked him and ran as fast as she could. She wanted to tell her mom, but her mom was a devoted Catholic, so she didn't. She actually never told anybody. She thought she would just go to bed and pray for the whole thing to be like a nightmare, to be over in the morning. Well, that Saturday in Mass, the priest told the whole village that my grandma was expelled from the church because of her devilish behavior. He made my grandma stand up and leave the service in front of everybody. He ruined my grandma's life. All my grandma did after that Sunday was to pray for 3 miracles. 1, to move away from that village. 2, to kill that priest. And 3, to write really, really funny jokes. Well, maybe she could write a really funny joke that will kill the priest with laughter. And maybe that's my family curse. Anyway, that's why my grandma made many, many jokes about priests. It was her favorite joke. Okay, here goes. Well, I just have to say this joke is much funny in Portuguese, because it has this awesome curse word. Puta que pariu. Sorry, Mom. which literally means child of a whore. My grandma never really liked curse words involving mothers. She used to say, the poor mother has to be a prostitute to raise her child. Leave her alone. Well, even though she didn't like that curse word, she used it because for her, jokes was the most important thing in life. As a kid, I could pretty much say anything. If it was part of a funny joke, it was all good in my house. Okay, so here goes her favorite joke. There was a group of kids playing marbles right in front of the church, right? And there was this kid named Joãozinho. So he goes to the marble, he's like, boom, and he misses it. He's like, puta que pariu, I missed. And the priest comes running and said, Joãozinho, you cannot say this bad word in front of the house of God. And Joãozinho's like, okay, I won't do it. And then he goes again and puta que pariu, I missed. And the priest comes back and says, Joãozinho, if you say that bad word one more time, God is gonna be so upset, he's gonna punish you. Then Joãozinho said, sorry, father, I was out of control. Then Joãozinho goes back, and it's the final. Puta que pariu, I missed. And then the sky goes dark, and a lightning comes in and hits the priest and kills him immediately. And then we heard a godly voice. Puta que pariu, I missed. That was my grandma's favorite joke. She finally got her revenge. Well, I got a manager now that my grandma approves of. And the three of us agreed about social media. There will be nothing private about my life, just jokes. No bragging whatsoever. Only me telling jokes I wrote. And they won't be killer jokes, okay? Just jokes. And if someone has olho grande and steals my joke, well, that's okay, right? Because the joke will be famous. And isn't that the point of writing jokes? So more and more people in the world can laugh?
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh my God. Gorgeous.